This is my code, the update on my code for the LED strip. The LED strip, as you see, it's, shiny and bright. I changed the code so it goes, it's a little bit advanced now. It doesn't use the delay, but it actually uses class-based structures to kind of get it more organized and actually use the millis function to run it based on milliseconds. That's counted off from the Arduino's internal structure. So this is Arduino setup, typical loop. Oh, and I'm borrowing heavily from Adafruit's example, so just letting you know, I'm not the original creator of this structure. This is a loop, and this is the running of that particular function that you run in those classes that are initiated, and the initiation happens over here, and I'm setting it to these variables where I'm just assigning a certain pin to them, and then here we go. This is the this is my flasher class initiating here. Let me just get you to the blinking part. So I got two functions that runs on the update, and this is really interesting and pretty. So right now this is set up so that it runs this function. Basically what this is it's gonna go from a certain intensity. Let's say you started from this intensity, and then over here the intensity is set again. So the target intensity, let's say through this function, it's going to be like this much in the span of this duration. So let's say I want to go from 10 intensity to 200 intensity over the span of like 5 seconds. So this function sets all of that, and then over here, walk to target intensity basically walks the the intensity going from here to here. And how do you do that? There are multiple ways, but basically at that point is algebra. So let me just describe that right now. So here. So if this is my intensity right here, so that's intensity, and this is time. So that's my initial intensity. I want to go to here, right? 200, from 10 to 200 over the course of 5 seconds. So how do you go? You could go like this, you could go like that, or you could go like this, multiple ways. I just chose the simplest way, the linear part. And what do you know? This is y equals mx plus b, right? So basically, setting these two variables is this function, form intensity function, where you give the intensity and the duration, and it sets all. See that b and a, that's mx plus b. So this is my m and this is my b in this equation. Mx, sorry. All right. So this is all good in theory, and usually stuff doesn't work when I code, but this one actually works. So I'm just gonna show you guys how it's done. Switching over to my IDE, closing and updating. Because Arduino is cool, but the IDE itself is crap. So just turn this off. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. So I'm just gonna compile. Let me just check if everything's set. Great. It's sending. Now, as you see, I've set it so that it takes 45 seconds to go from 0 to 255. Let's see if that happens. Now, where are we? Oh, there we go. Okay, the camera is not having a set contrast because it wants to capture the brightest image, so you can't really see it's going up, but it's actually getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Now, I think it's because we've set it as a linear function. At a certain point, the LED just lights up, and then it kind of slows down in increasing the intensity. I'm guessing probably because of the 0.7 voltage that's needed for the LEDs to jump up, but I'm not really, I'm not a master of LED strip. I'm just learning as I go, so I'm not entirely sure. But right now, this is super bright. So that's all fun and game. That's intended. So I wanted it to go from 0 to 255 intensity level over the span of 45 seconds, and that's what it's done. Now for the fun part. So originally I had this function, which it's actually, so this one is the setter function for the on-off animate function, and what this is, it basically is saying I want it on for 1 second, 1000 milliseconds, and now I want it off for 1 second, right? So all these other pins have individually different settings where there's a duration for the on, duration for the off. What if I turn and use both functions? So every time there's an update here, what it does is it turns it on to a maximum and it turns it off to a maximum. But at the same time, this is running to go from whatever you are to wherever you are to the target intensity. So basically, this is gonna be, I don't know what's gonna happen, right? One function is gonna go from 0 to 255 and stop and just maintain 255. This one's just turning it back like on and off and on and off, right? So I'm guessing this might kind of, well, I'm not guessing, I saw it, but it's kind of fun. So I'm gonna compile it and send it to Arduino. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. It's not Arduino. It's Arduino on ESP8266, which is this chip. This $5 chip that has Wi-Fi and can run Arduino. So it's updating. Uploading. Oh, let's see. So you see how now it's blinking on and off. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Alright, well, that's my progress report for my LED wake up light.